My name is Nika, or you might know me as Neko News, and I really wanted to try the Honkai Impact collab drinks from the California Sunright Tea Studio. Is that what it's called? Collab, and the one in Taiwan, I believe. There was another drink collab cafe type thing. But I don't live close to either of those places, so uh I decided to try and recreate my own version of these drinks. And I figured there's a lot of captains that aren't living in either of these areas, or even if you live in the US, I think Sunright Tea Studios are only in California, I believe. So it's quite difficult for a lot of people to try these drinks. And I also like cooking. So I thought maybe it'd be a good mix of 2 things to try to come up with recipes so that I could show you guys how to make different, drinks from the Honkai Impact collabs. Right now, I'm only gonna post 1, and I think this will be a series. Well, I'll probably post more when I have time, but I do have it already all recorded. It's more like writing up the recipes and putting it all together. You can kind of think of this as maybe, an addition to Cooking with Valkyries in a way, but not really, because 'cause I'm not a Valk. But it's about Honkai, so in a way. But yeah, we're gonna start with the most important because of Elysia's birthday. It's Elysia's strawberry honey boba milk tea. Milk? Not there's there's no tea in that. Elysia's honey boba milk. I'm sorry. I would like to first thank Peach Salt. Peachy, thank you so much for going to the actual collab, trying the drinks, and telling me what they tasted like so that I could try to um, recreate, I guess, in a way, these drinks as best as I could, along with the uh, explanations, I suppose, from the websites, like the official website themselves. Peachy is a really great artist. So if you guys don't know about Peachy, you should go on Twitter and follow Peachy. Peachy is really great. But yeah, the drink is inspired by Korean strawberry lattes that you can commonly find in cafes around Korea, and that was actually my favorite drink when I was there. Peach Salt did mention that the strawberry flavor isn't very strong until a piece of fresh strawberry hit you with flavor. I kind of wanted to elevate on that and give you guys a nice strawberry milk that still included the elements of that fresh hit, but had a stronger strawberry flavor because just having milk with some pieces of strawberry, I guess doesn't feel as delicious in my mind. So I kind of wanted to change that, but still have the elements of that fresh hit, which I feel like a Korean type of strawberry latte would deliver. And it's great because yeah, it has the cooked strawberries while also being mixed with the fresh tart strawberries for that hit of freshness and still giving you a really nice strawberry flavor that I think would complement the honey boba quite well. The other portion of this recipe is going to be the honey boba. I kind of messed up on this. Disclaimer, you should have an accurate scale. My scale apparently was not accurate. Because of that, I had to mess around using my kitchen knowledge to improvise, and I did not film it because it was a mess. I burned myself, I triggered my physical pressure allergies. Um, so, yeah. Have a good scale, please. But the boba is quite simple. If you have accessible boba, like tapioca balls, I guess you could say, if you have boba that you can easily purchase, I would suggest using that. If you don't, I wanted to make this as accessible as possible to as many people as possible. So if you don't, there's also a recipe on how to make the fresh boba balls with tapioca starch on your own. At the end of the recipe, in the same format as a Cooking with Valkyries episode, you'll have the full recipe there if you want to go check it out instead of watching the video. But for example, I'm a visual learner, so I did it in case anyone wanted to see it, how to do it, because it can be a bit complicated. Uh, yeah. So I think I'll just get started. This recipe has two parts. So we have the strawberry milk, which you need strawberries, sugar, milk, and lemon for. And then there's going to be the boba part, which you need honey, brown sugar, water, and tapioca starch to make. The first part of the recipe video, I believe, is going to be all about the strawberry milk. And then the second part is going to be focused on the tapioca. The first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to clean your strawberries. I personally had organic strawberries, so I really wanted to clean them well. There were a lot of bugs. So you want to take your strawberries, and normally I think you can soak them in water and some vinegar for about 5 to 10 minutes. I think I did more towards 10 minutes. And then I rinsed them quite a few times just to get all that nasty stuff out. And then you're going to want to, I believe, yeah, you're going to want to cut them up. If you can see how I've cut them up here, you can see that these chunks are actually pretty big. Please cut yours smaller. I learned the hard way that they will not fit through the straw very well. I'm using about 1.5 kilograms of strawberries over here, but you can use as much as you want. I wanted to make a big batch because I like strawberry milk. So for me, it was more I wanted to have extra afterwards. But if you have like people over or if you want to give the drink to other people as well, feel free to make a big batch. And then you're going to split your strawberries in half. Half of it's going to go into your pot, and you're going to squeeze some lemon in there. I think that's about a tablespoon of lemon. And then you're going to want to add about I think I used about 3 tablespoons, those big spoons that you have at home. I put 3 tablespoons of sugar in there, and then I put it on low to medium heat. I think more towards medium. Uh, you want to try to boil your strawberries a little bit so that they can get soft. And you're going to, once that starts to happen, right, you're going to want to kind of mash them a little bit so that you can get a really nice mush, like mushy strawberry type of syrup, I guess. You can see over here they're quite soft. You can use your spoon even to mash it up. But you can see it kind of makes like a type of puree sort of jam-ish, I guess. But just until it starts to bubble. Once it starts to bubble, you can stop it. And then here I have my other strawberries because we split them in half. These are going to be macerated. What you're going to do is you're going to take some spoons of sugar. Here I used 3 spoons of sugar, but if I'm very honest, you can add less. I think about 1.5 would probably be good because you still have the sweetness from the strawberries. And on top of that, you also will have the honey from the honey boba. So personally for me, I would add less. But feel free to add as much as you want or as little as you want. It's really to your taste, but that's just my recommendation based off of my preference. I know at the Sunrise Tea Studio, from my understanding, you can adjust the sweetness for your drinks. So I'm not really sure what sweetness this would equate to because again, I did not go there myself. But I know I think Peach said when they went to buy the drinks that it was quite sweet at regular sweetness, I think. And anyways, this is how to make the tapioca boba. You're going to take your sugar, brown sugar. I used 45 grams of brown sugar and 60 grams of water. And you're going to mix that together. And then you're going to cook that, like kind of cook that until it starts to boil. Once it starts to like boil, take it off the heat. You're going to add a little bit of your tapioca starch in there and you're going to mix it in. One of the most important things to do when you're doing this part is you really want to mix. You want to do a lot of mixing. Don't stop mixing. But like I said, if you have access to boba, please use that. It's so much easier. I think I decided that that wasn't enough, and I added a little bit more tapioca starch. Uh, because I watched a video that I will link below and I will explain in a few seconds and use that. But yeah, you want to try to mix it as much as possible. And then I believe you're going to turn that heat back on and get it to boil again. And then once it begins to boil, continue you continue mixing. After that, you're going to let's see. Oh, yeah. So yeah, I don't have the video because I lost the next video and I also stopped recording when it became a big mess. So yeah, like Hersha of corruption, it's gone. You can see here, this is the video. I'm gonna link it down below. This is one of my favorite food content creators. Their name is Cooking Tree, and I use their tapioca boba recipe to make these boba that you see here. I messed up, so maybe mine don't probably look the best. Uh, please ignore that. You can see them. They're not perfectly balls, and they're actually a tiny bit too big for my boba straws. So please make sure when you're doing it, make them smaller than you think they need to be. I thought it was small enough. Go smaller. You're going to, but basically what you missed there is you'll place it back on the heat, you'll boil it. Once it starts to bubble, turn that heat off, stir with the remaining tapioca starch and keep stirring until it becomes like a thick kind of mixture. After that, you're going to take it and move it to a dry surface and combine that until it forms a dough. It should form a nice dough. You can add some extra tapioca starch to your dry surface to prevent sticking. Then you're going to separate it into like I would say like log type pieces, right? And then roll them into thin, I would say pencils, thin pencils. I don't want to say a snake because I feel like if I say snake, maybe it'd make it like thicker. So I'm gonna say pencils. Make them into pencils, cut them into small pieces, and then roll those pieces so that they become little balls. And then you're going to put some tapioca starch on them. You can sprinkle it on. I toss them in a bowl and toss them around because I felt that was easier, and I had a lot of drinks to make that day, as you'll see soon. Um, but yeah, do that so that they don't stick to each other. After that, you're going to boil them into water until they float above the surface and keep stirring so that they don't stick. You don't want them to stick, but don't stir too much. Stir occasionally. Once they boil, let them simmer for about 20 minutes on low heat. Then let them rest and chill for another 20 minutes covered. If you have like a pot cover, put that on top and let them rest. And then after that, you can drain and rinse, and you've got boba. I forgot to rinse. So you'll be able to see here that they're a bit the liquid is a bit thick. But you're going to add them to honey. So I added quite a bit of honey because I had quite a few boba from the whole batch. So this honey was for the whole batch, but I only put a few in so that you guys could see it. This is actually really easy. The honey boba, if you have pre-bought boba, you can just quickly mix it in and it's super simple. If you don't, then yeah, this it's gonna take a while to get to this stage. But it's literally just your boba and honey, and you're going to put them in there and mix them up. Yeah, you can see I didn't train my boba, sorry. And then yeah, take your cup. I have this small cup. Use any cup that you'd like, obviously. I don't have the Elysia cup from the collab. If you have an Elysia cup though, I think that'd be even better. Maybe not the what was it? The HOHE pre-order one because I think that one has like a crystal at the bottom. I don't think that would be nice to wash afterwards, but you know, use anything you'd like. I put the boba in there. I think I use about 5 teaspoons total, maybe. I'm not sure now. But you can see because my balls are a little bit too big, they I had to use more spoons than I think normal because I wasn't catching many. Then what I did is I took my strawberry puree. I think I took about 2 spoons. I think honestly, maybe you should add like three spoons of the puree. I think it would be more delicious. Mine was missing, I think, a bit more strawberry. So I would add maybe 3. And then on top of that, I added 2 spoons of the fresh strawberry. You can add more or less. That's just what I thought would be fine. I also was running out of room in my cup. So yeah, I think I only did 2 in the end. You can see over here. And then top it up with your favorite milk. You can use nor I use actually lactose intolerant milk because I'm lactose intolerant. But I think if you're vegan, you can use any milk you'd like. I think it'd go really well with oat milk because oat milk has a nice sweetness. What I would recommend though is please use barista quality plant-based milk. Uh, oh yeah, you can see I'm messy. Spilled a little. Uh, Please use barista quality milk. Barista quality milk normally has higher fat added into it, which makes the milk more stable. When you have stuff like strawberries and lemon, you're introducing acidity into whatever drink that you have, and acidity is going to make your drink curdle. Um, you don't want to risk curdling or separation or anything like that that would make your drink kind of undesirable. So, just in case to be safe, I would suggest, yeah, barista quality milk because I think it would be safe. I didn't test it out myself just because I didn't have any oat milk at home at the time, and I spent an insane amount of money. Um, as you can see here with all of these drinks, getting all of their ingredients, making it all natural and as accessible as possible with the simplest ingredients that you can find. It cost a lot. It was very expensive. But as you can see right above my head here is Alicia's strawberry boba milk. And we also have the other drinks I made. The one right next to me here is the strawberry, I think it's like a strawberry kelpis. And I made the kelpis by hand. This is on right next to the Alicia drink is the lemon drink from Sunright Tea Studio, but I couldn't find jasmine tea, so there is no jasmine tea jelly, but I'll still give a recipe on how to make that. Then there's also it doesn't look very appetizing, I guess, right next to it, is the rose lychee. Is it lychee or lychee? The rose lychee calpis. After that is the rose strawberry sparkling drink. Then there's the passion fruit sparkling drink. I think that one's called Bang 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 Passion Fragrance or something like that. And then there's you can see the blueberry drink, which was also all of these drinks were really nice, really delicious. And eventually I should have the recipes for all of these drinks up. But I did want to post this a bit earlier than the rest as the first part of, I guess, this drink series so that I could say, Happy birthday, Alicia! Alicia has been my favorite character for as long as I can remember. Ellie, I'm so happy that Honkai Impact created a character like her. I love her so much. I think she's been my favorite character for years, and I think she'll always have a special place in my heart. And this game will also have a special place in my heart. I really hope that if you guys decide to try any of these recipes, that you'll tag me below or not. I don't think you can post photos here. Tag me on Twitter. Tag me on Twitter, or if you're in my Discord, send me a picture on my Discord or something like that. And I'd really love to see if you guys recreate it and hear what you guys' thoughts are if you try them. I hope that any of you who decide to try a drink throughout the series will find a drink that you really enjoy and decide to try. I personally lately have been drinking a lot of the strawberry milk and also the Bang 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 Passion Fragrance um, drink. Actually, the Bang 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 passion fragrance drink. It's a bit difficult to say. And the strawberry calpis, and I think the strawberry rose drink, if I'm correct. Those drinks will actually take quite a few days to make. So so be prepared to have some days for those. But this one was actually pretty easy, and I think it's perfect for Alicia's birthday as it is the drink made after her. Feel free to adjust the ratio to your taste. Add more boba if you'd like less sugar, more sugar, extra strawberries. These recipes, you can kind of adjust them to your liking, especially since we're not at a cafe. Um, but these are my recommendations that I think would work well for these. But in your kitchen, you're the boss. So I hope that you guys drink up and enjoy Alicia's honey boba strawberry milk. Testing and creating all of these recipes were quite expensive. So if any of you would like, I do have a coffee down below if you'd like to buy me a drink. But other than that, if you'd like, I'd really appreciate if you could subscribe or follow me on Neko News for Honkai Impact News, which is normally what I do most of the time instead of recipes. If there are any other collab recipes from Honkai Impact that you'd ever like to try, let me know. And if I have time, I can try and test them out and see if I can make a recipe. I tried the Taiwan ones and the California ones, but I did hear, I think recently there was a Japan one. So maybe there are some interesting drinks over there that you'd be interested in. But yeah, let me know. And I hope you guys try this and I hope you guys enjoy this. And yeah, bye bye. I'm still getting used to being a VTuber. I meant this. Bye bye.